Hi guys and welcome to another video. So with the release of Black Panther coming out in a few days, I wanted to talk about Marvel Phase 3, what is coming up and what I think about the upcoming projects and how good I think they're going to be. Now this is only going to be announced projects. At some point I'll create a video about Phase 4 and what I think, but at the moment this is just about announced projects for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So firstly, Black Panther. So I think the cast looks absolutely amazing for this. Chadwick Boseman, Michael B. Jordan, these are some of my really favourite actors. They do really good jobs in the films they star in. Martin Freeman is in this, can't wait for that. Andy Serkis. This just has a top quality cast. The early reaction to this film has also been very positive. This had a premiere very recently and yeah, everyone came out of it really buzzing, so that is really good news. And this is a really diverse angle we needed in the MCU. This is one of the first superhero films with a black lead, and I think that's really important to get that diversity in a really big genre, and I think it's going to be great. I don't think you can argue with the reaction from the premiere. I think it's going to be a great film. So next up, the MCU is Infinity War, and this is the big 10-year milestone that they keep wanting to promote, and it's all these characters coming together, and it's just such an exciting, fun thing, and I'm just so excited. I think one of the main selling points of this is the Russos. They've done such a good job with films like Civil War and Winter Soldier, and overall there's just such amazing directors, and I'll be so sad to see them leave, but I can't wait for them to do a brilliant job with Infinity War, and I have no doubts. I have no doubt that this film will be an incredible MCU film, and it could be the best. I think Civil War is the best, and I think the Russos just top themselves, and they're going to top themselves again. I can't wait for Infinity War. Next, Ant-Man and the Wasp. So I think the original Ant-Man is fun, but it's nothing special. But at least all the cast are returning for this sequel, and that trailer was really cool. The comedy elements worked, and there was some really nice creative action with the Wasp character, which I'm really looking forward to. However, I'm worried that the original Ant-Man was only made good because of some of Edgar Wright's creative ideas, like the way that things were filmed and then Michael Peña's voice was dubbed over them. I think that's something that Edgar Wright had the idea for, and then the new director just kind of copied his ideas. So I don't know, because that director's coming back, and I'm not sure he has the necessary creativity to have some new cool ideas, even though the trailer did look promising. So overall, I reckon this film's probably just going to be a bit of an average watch. So next is Captain Marvel, and I think firstly it's fantastic casting of Captain Marvel herself. Brie Larson is such an incredible actress. She's Oscar winning and she deserves it. She's really great, and this is another female-led superhero film, which I think is great. I think women need these types of role models. I think that's really great. Again, like Black Panther, the industries have these diverse films starting to be made, and I think that's just so important. This also gives the Skrulls as the villains, which I think is really cool. Marvel's clearly trying to set up new villains for the MCU, maybe for Avengers 4. I don't know, I would prefer to see a bigger Thanos story, but we'll get to that in a sec. But I do have an issue with the Captain Marvel film. Recently, the costume, or a costume at one point, was released, a picture of it, and it looks terrible. The colour scheme really doesn't work, and overall it's just a horrible costume. So I'm intrigued for Captain Marvel, but I think out of Phase 3, in fact, when Phase 3 got announced, out of the whole of Phase 3, I was least excited for this, because I just can't get massively excited about a Captain Marvel movie. Next, Avengers 4. So this is the end of a lot of the main Avengers contracts, and that is a sad time. They've been around for, by that stage, 11 years, and it'll be sad to see a lot of them go, but I'm looking forward to Phase 4 and the way it changes the MCU. And this is also goodbye to the Russo brothers. This will be their last MCU film. A bit of a shame, but I just hope they go out with a bang with Avengers 4. I'd have really liked to see the Russos do a Black Widow film, because that recently got a writer, and I think they would have totally aced the directing for a Black Widow film, going back to that more Winter Soldier, spy, political thriller sort of thing. I think the Russos are still going to do a brilliant job with this. We don't know yet whether they're going to go back to Thanos. Like, we know Thanos is going to be in it in some form. We don't know if they're going to do small Thanos and maybe more secret invasion stuff, but I'd prefer them to do another Thanos story, maybe in Infinity War. He has a less powerful gauntlet, and then suddenly all the gems and the stakes are raised. That's what I'd like to see Avengers 4, and then save Secret Invasion, which I would like to see at some point, but save that till Phase 4. Keep using Thanos at the moment. And again, I think it's going to be great. I trust in the Russos. 2 films, and they've completely sold me on their directing style. So, Spider-Man 2. Now, firstly, I just want to clear up, I don't think this is going to be called Spider-Man Homecoming 2. I would suggest that they probably are going to have another subtitle, like Spider-Man something, instead of Spider-Man Homecoming 2, because let's face it, things like, say, Captain America the First Avenger, Captain America the Winter Soldier wasn't called Captain America the First Avenger 2, so I don't know why everyone's saying this one's going to be called Spider-Man Homecoming 2. It won't be. But Tom Holland is incredible in the role. I'm so glad that he'll be coming back to do this. But then again, will he be a bit overexposed by that point? Because he'll have done 5 films in 4 years, from Civil War to Spider-Man 2, which I'm not sure. Maybe he'll get a bit overexposed. Maybe we'll be kind of bored at him at the moment, but I don't think we will. So I think they should, for this film, they should keep the stakes relatively low. Like with the original Spider-Man Homecoming, it was just some guy's slightly evil, he's trying to sell weapons, but it wasn't let's destroy the world. So overall, I would keep those low stakes and create it more of a Peter Parker character study again. I also think they should keep Michael Keaton, but I don't want to see him become either the villain again, and I don't want to see him become an anti-hero, really. I want them to do something creative with his character. So yeah, Spider-Man 2 could be fine if they get back the original director, which I don't think's been confirmed. So finally, Guardians 3. So I'm really excited for this because James Gunn's coming back, but I'd really like them to have a more well-rounded adventure for every character than Guardians 2, because I felt like some characters didn't get as much time, like Gamora really didn't get that much time to shine in Guardians 2, and I'd really like to see her, you know, come back to the more well-rounded team that we got to see in the original Guardians. Also, I think they should try to have less green screen. There was a lot of green screen. It felt like they were on just a sound stage the whole time. I'd like to see them in a couple more practical sets. So yeah, I can see this being very good, but I'm not massively excited for it, as there isn't a release date, and also we will be getting the Guardians in Infinity War, so it's not like I'm just waiting 3 years for another Guardians appearance, and it's a long time to wait, so I'm just excited for this one. So, thank you for watching. If you want to like or subscribe, that would be really appreciated. I'd love to have a chat with anyone in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video.